All right, we here. Things about design. Uh, when it come down to it, man, everybody have their issues. Everybody have their flaws, and people tend to kind of, move and roll with the punches. But at the same time, like I'm saying, hey, things about design. You know, I seen a post on Facebook about generational poverty by kicking your kids out at 18. And, that was one of the things that was always pushed on a lot of kids that when you turn 18, you got to get out. And, it wasn't really pushed too big in my family to a degree I can say, but it was pushed. You got to do something. You can't just sit in the house, don't got no job, don't work, all that. But when it come down to it, like all this stuff that we going through is by design. You know, not having money for the next generation, not being able to, fulfill and do things. 300 is on his channel, 300 Warrior, and he was talking about the bug out bags and generators and all this stuff, and it's like it's coming to work now. Here in Cali got the little power outages. Texas been having the power outages, and the crazy part is, like, I wonder if it's gonna make it this way. If it do, I think I should be pretty much set up. Even though I did want one of the big generators for my house, but I think I should be pretty good. I'm trying to invest in getting me a camper now, to where if something big like this ever happens, I'm good. I got a camper. You know, video I had when I went camping, I actually rented that camper, and it was good, nice. So I'm thinking about just actually buying one. Times get hard, some situations panned out. Hey, I can say forget it all, and got a house that I paid for on wheels. Hey, I can do plenty of things. Take the kids on vacation. And it's funny. I noticed that Disney has a RV spot to where you go down the RV through Disney. Even with certain tailgates, people bring their RVs down there, have a good time. Had a bathroom and stuff all in there for the people, and it's like it's on point, man. Don't get no better. But yeah, man, just things by design, because if we're not actually the creators of something, then we're just only participating in it. And that's why I like speaking on Alonzo a lot, in that life insurance, to kind of, get that mind frame to start thinking about, net worth and gross income over the years, taking care of the family, how things are gonna go, like what's gonna be the ticket for that. Looking at, 10, 20 years ahead. I'm actually, it's funny because I was hollering at Nino, and talking to different people. My cousin, actually, she the main one that inspired to me to get back into drawing and stuff. And so I actually got a pair of felines that I'm gonna try, like, to design. Like, I'm not taking no Jordans and just even though it's gonna look good, but still, like, I'm not really considering doing that. But I'm gonna design a pair of shoes, custom, and I was just gonna have like a little surprise, but gonna go ahead and do it. It's like some poverty versus generational wealth shoes, and I found a pair of Feli's for pretty cheap. It's not my first time doing this. I actually did about 3 pair of shoes before. I did a pair of high top Air Force Ones, and that's when I was younger. I did the bottles on there. I did a pair of Adidas. I forgot the name of the Adidas. They was like, it wasn't the Country Ripples. It was, I forgot the name of the actual shoe, but I had a pair of low top Adidas. They more like casual shoes. It was like the Cortezes, the Nike Cortezes, but they were Adidas style of that, you know, the canvas based on the side with the, you know, just the 3 stripes. And I actually put cause me and my wife, she was laughing at me. She's like, "Why you do that?" You know, I was like, "These are my old shoes," and just got bored and creative. So I ended up putting Jamaica on one of my shoes and American flag on the other shoe. You know, I did it with the stars and the stripes, and then, you know, Jamaica has their 3 colors on the shoe. So it was a pretty nice shoe. Looked real good. I wore those for a minute, and I actually gave them to my brother, my older brother, because he liked them, and, you know, he rocked them. Even the bottle shoes I made, the first, the high top Air Force Ones, I drew, you know, what is it? I'm having a brain freeze right now. I know it's Sean Paul and J-Bo. Dang, what was the name of their group down here in Atlanta? I'm having a brain freeze. Youngblood, yeah. Yeah, the Youngbloods, yeah, from the east side. You know what I'm saying? From East Lake Meadows. So basically, they used to always say drinking partners. So I came up with some drinking partner shoes. I had drinking on one shoe on the right side, left side had partners. So the drinking side, I had like the liquor. I had because it was Grey Goose was big at the time. Hennessy is always, you know, established, and Patron. So I had Grey Goose, Patron bottles on the side of the shoe. The biggest bottle was on the height of the shoe. Then I put the Patron on the small going into the, you know, the swoosh at, and then I put the that's the way I did it. And the Hennessy bottle was going towards the back side of the shoe, and then on the other side, I had 3 beers. I had Heineken's, I had Corona, and I had your Budweiser. So it was like, you know, from the expensive, you know, everybody drank Coronas at the club, and the Heineken's, they were, you know, popular too. And then Budweiser, you know, everybody drinks regular Budweiser. So I had those 3. And I actually, when I did it, it was, you know, part of me drinking. So I had to buy the bottles to, you know, do the design versus, you know, just looking up pictures. But yeah, it was by design, man. It was nice. And so, you know, I was thinking, me being older, that I would draw something that's a little more age and fitting appropriate to me. So that's when I came with these poverty versus generational wealth shoes. And so I'm gonna start on them. Actually, I've been drawing the sketch, looking at different kind of paints, because I have these acrylic markers that I have, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail, so these markers will be good. They have this paint, I think it's called Angelos paint, that people use for customizing shoes, and just generally thinking about using that. But if I'm starting on them now, like I just want to be one and done, you know. Because even with those markers, they tend to fade over time. I know I was having an issue with that when I had used it on the bottle shoes, and I ended up using the paint, acrylic paint, to do the flag shoes that I did for the Adidas. And like I said, basically, man, just trying to do something, create things on the channel. And I've been in a lot of stuff. I really need to do more. Me and my friend was having a discussion. I'm like, man, I'm so far back behind on certain goals I'm supposed to be at right now and supposed to be doing. Like the timeline I had on structuring things, it just went left. And I kind of killed my weekends by doing extra work, side work, and during the week, get drained out by, trying to catch little jobs here and there, plus work, and, kind of focus on the kids and stuff. I had to get my kids structured with them acting up in school, middle school, man. Kid just crazy. So I got to get them right. I guess some schools start every year. They don't really act up, but they just more or less this year. They like one of them's been trying to get into stuff, so got to get them right. Got to get them right. But mainly, I try to focus more on their schoolwork. And this is around the time where a lot of kids start, doing a lot of growth. Going into middle school and setting the tone for their life. And that's why I'm trying to create these habits now to be good, so towards the future they won't have these problems in school. And I always forget, shout out to everybody in here, hit the like, support by doing that. I really don't throw out no cash apps and get this super chat. And when I get monetized, though, I'm gonna slap it on there. If you want to donate, that's on you. But the main thing is trying to get the message out and help some people out. When it come down to it, I've been a little petty these past couple of weeks, but petty is worth it. Sometimes you got to be petty to prove a point, and that's always my main thing, is to kind of prove a point where, if we get to a situation, it's not because, something didn't happen. So I gotta keep my gun on. I gotta keep my gun out the holster at all times. That's being petty, man. I could drop my guard down, but why? Just don't seem right. Some people don't learn from mistakes. They gotta actually walk through the fire and get burnt to understand. As a kid, they always tell you, you put your hand on the stove, it's hot, it's gonna burn. Some people just like getting burnt. And back to what saying, it's literally by design. Some people just like getting burnt. Like, literally, when they come down to it, they cool with it. Not just one time, several times. Letting it keep happening to them. They don't know anything other than to just go through pain. And so, if you want to go through pain, who behoove me to stop you from going through the pain? It is what it is. But like I say, shout out to the people that's coming through, and we're gonna keep cooking. But even the mindset is all by design. Some people get caught up in this thing, oh, why me? Why not you? Your mom or dad went through the struggle. Why you can't go through the struggle? And a lot of people don't really look at it like that. The point of it is you got to be bigger and better to get out of that struggle. That'd be my whole biggest thing. Like me and my friend was having a conversation. And I was telling him about, people making money and doing this and doing that. And he kind of looked at it that I was always on the up on trying to make money. And I'm like, why not? Oh man, I'm gonna have to jump off in a minute. Came to God just popped up. I'm gonna have to go ahead and go live. I mean, I don't have to go on over there to his live. If he's live now, I'm probably gonna jump off in the next 10 minutes. I try not to step on too many people's toes, especially my brothers. Shout out to Gold P. Even though Gold P, he be lying to y'all, he ain't no vegan. Gold P, he eat chicken nuggets from McDonald's. The worst ones. But yeah, man, when it comes down to it, shout out to everybody, because my whole thing is I like spreading the love, man. I like, going to people's channel, checking out new channels, seeing what it's about. And it's like a lot of people, I just actually subbed to somebody who I've been subbed to for a minute, but I ain't been seeing their videos. So I was on Tuwa yesterday and I was looking, like, man, I was over there for a minute. I ain't even say nothing in the chat at first. Normally I say stuff, man, but I was just moving around listening. So I just, hit the button and was listening while I was, cleaning up and moving around and, straightening out and all this stuff. I had to do some work for my job, discussing things, and even with the music industry. And I basically came down to this by design that, these rappers are trying to, get the guys to stop shooting, because it's, for one, it's messing up the industry. Like, who gonna sign an artist? I think it was Wack 100 said it. He was like, I can't sign an artist from Louisiana to a certain degree. What does he say? Baton Rouge and all that, but like NBA. He was like, yeah, you hot, but how long will you live? And that's what a lot of rappers, they looking at that too. They was like, man, we signed these new artists. Like, how long we gonna have them, under the label before somebody, get at them? Because most of these artists, man, they be going ham. I mean, even, you gotta look at a lot of artists that moved to Atlanta. Dirk down here, Bootsy down here. I think Dirk is in Alpharetta. Bootsy, he outside the city. He got land, so he outside the city. You have, just a lot of artists been moving down to Atlanta. Because they want to get away. And just like Bootsy said, and a lot of artists say it about Atlanta, it's just like, you just another person. Yeah, you got some younger kids that's fan-struck. I think it was Bankroll Freddie. I seen Bankroll Freddie off of Howell Mill. I was coming from doing the job. Seen his, I think it was a blue Cadillac Escalade, big boy jump. Shout out to the Am Guru. He got his own custom one. And it was like, I seen this big old truck. I'm like, why is the truck parked in the middle of the two gas pumps? I'm like, bro, tripping out here. Go in the store, see him in there with some partners and stuff. And I just grab my stuff. I say, you bankroll? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay. That was it. It wasn't no, yeah, man, I like your music. Hey, man, I see people all the time. I ain't really starstruck like that. Like I say, I see a whole bunch of artists. Even when I used to do promotion, man, I used to have to deal with them people all the time. And you can't be starstruck like that when you around like artists all the time. I mean, I don't think there's nobody I'm gonna gawk over like that. Really, that's an artist, a famous person, because just average to me, I mean, somebody that, like Obama, even if I met Obama, like, I highly respect him, but to the point of me being starstruck over him, just don't see it. But, that's the whole thing. Like I say, with the artists, man, they trying to cut back on a lot of that, but that's what sells right now. That beef music, that drill, whatever, all that stuff, That stuff is popular, it sells, and people like that rap, you know. Even what Boosie was talking about, he said, man, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, trying to listen to you rap about jewelry and fancy cars and all that when they ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Killer Mike said it best. He don't have fans, he got supporters. He said, because it take a lot for people to go in there, you know, snatch them $10, $15 out to go buy an album. And then the album ain't what you thinking and it's trash. And like, dang, you know. Yeah, Dave Chappelle said it too. Like, you know, it's something to somebody to come to a show and then you bomb out. And you don't spend $200, $80, whatever for the tickets. You know, and that's like, I ain't gonna even say the comedian name. A comedian did a comedy special. It was horrible. Now there was some couple of little funny things in there, forced the funny, but it was horrible. And I'm like, these people had to pay at least about $2 or better for the tickets. But that's how high his numbers is. He's a pretty good comedian. And for me to pay $200 whatever, and I don't, you know, really get my money worth, well, I'm salty. Like, man, I don't even think I want to go to no more. But I'm talking about it was funny. I was like, ooh, glad I'm watching this on TV. You know, because I ain't, man, I would have spent all that money for that. Oh, I would have been hot. But hey, you know, and when it comes to a lot of the artists, man, they don't get that push when you doing positive stuff. Look at Waka. Waka ain't getting all the respect by, you know what I'm saying, doing positive stuff in his life. What's his name? Lupe. And Lupe Fiasco changed his stuff up. What they do to Lupe? Down there, blackball to do. You got what's his name? Big Grit. Big Crit. He a pretty good artist, but when you ever hear about him a lot? I think he went independent and like it's like the whole industry stopped pushing. Damn good artist. B.O.B. Same thing with him. Damn good artist. He from the A. You know what I'm saying? He actually went to my high school. Shoot. It's like when it come down to it, if you ain't promoting the content, like even on YouTube, it's to a degree, the content that you push is the content that if they want to push you, they're going to push you. You know, it comes with the territory. A lot of people try to look at it as something other than that. And I should have put my phone on the case up here. But I mean, it comes with the territory. I'll put it up there when I get close up here, so I can see our messages as I'm driving. But I mean, it comes with the territory though. A lot of new artists, it's like, they gotta come out there against the street. You know, the ones that got something to say, nobody really listens to them, you know. And they pretty good, you know. Like, I know artists, man, they good, but never made it because, I mean, you picture somebody like a J. Cole, Kendrick. Kendrick's first album went hard. And then when he came out with the second and third, people weren't really feeling it. You know, they want that gritty gangster. Hey, it's a part of growth. You know, a lot of people don't understand that, man. My partners, they came out with this shirt, Can't Sell Dope Forever. And it's real iconic. I think the first one, I think they said that Tony Yayo was wearing that shirt. That was popular. Then it took off from there. But when it come down to it, man, it's like a lot of people don't really have a vision for life, man. And technically, back to what I'm saying, is by design. You know, you come from nothing. So of course, if you ain't got nobody influencing you, it's the same thing gonna apply to you. You ain't gonna pretty much be about nothing. Yeah, I just got gas yesterday. I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that. I'm gonna drop a video later about this video. I just filled up my tank and thinking I'm having the same problems as last time. Got to get another treatment. Water down this gas down here in Atlanta. I have to go upgrade my gas. Can't be using unleaded no more. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Cheap gas. But yeah, man. I mean, like I say, with the craziness, everything by design, you're gonna live below the poverty line. Everybody can't be rich, you know. And you know, when it come down to it, a lot of us want the best for our family, but what are you doing to get the best for your family? How many people are actually? I mean, this is just completely. How many people really got life insurance? I'm like, you literally hear Lonzo talk about this all the time. I talk about. You hear other people like generational wealth. It's been proven that life insurance can pass down money, but everybody wait till it's too late. I got homeboys now. I be trying to tell them to get on the life insurance. Like one of my dudes I know, he got a lot. He got literally, he's living comfortably, but he don't have life insurance. But he has other assets to the side to where if something ever happens to him, his family still be taken care of. But I'm like, dude, you literally gonna have to take this stuff and put it in a trust because probate is gonna eat all that. Probate eating that. Probate gonna eat it. I seen this one video where this man was he was homeless and he would always pick up cans and stuff like that, and everybody just was like disgusted of the man as he, you know, taking stuff out the trash, getting cans. You know, he would eat, but it just more or less that's what he did. He was like picking up cans and stuff. I always wore the same blue jacket. I think it was over in England. And the guy would take the money from scrap milling and go invest it into the stock and stuff like that and buy gold. And when he died, he had a will. And so people kind of shocked that this man had a will. But he literally had a will, and he ended up I think it was his nephew that always, you know, watched on him, checked on him, made sure he was good. He left everything to him. But the uncle contested it because he's like, hold on, I want some of that money too. So he ended up contesting getting some of the money, but not all of it, or not the majority that he wanted, but he still got some of the money. And I'm like, look how greedy people is. You didn't do nothing for this man while he was alive, but then as soon as he died, because you're family, you're entitled to the money. Hell, I was just talking to my sister, and she was telling me about one of her aunts, like distant aunts, that when it came down to it, they were the family was arguing over the money that the aunt left. This is the crazy part. She left everybody $5,000. All the kids and to a degree sisters and all them $5,000. But she left one of her nieces the house. They fighting because she got the house and everybody else just got $5,000. It's like, that's how crazy it is. Like, man. Yes, can I get a number 7 with eggs?
Yes, sir.
Let me get sweet tea.
Yes, sir. What else for you?
And can I get a medium bow rounds? And that'll be it.
You want some bow rounds to be
Yes.
That total is $7.72.
All right, thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I mean,
$7.72.
all right. There you go. Thank you. Okay. YouTube. Thank you. I see people in here now. Got this phone.
Have a good.
All right. And can I get some grape jelly?
Is it great?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, man. What's going on? Hey, the crazy part, Rael, me and my wife talked about that, and she was like, I ain't even really speak on the thumbnail, but it just, just telling people about design stuff. So my wife, she, me and her were talking, and I told her, I said, which one would you take? The 10 minutes or the money? And basically, like I said, I'm like, why take 10 minutes, a 10-minute dinner with Jesus when you can take the money? The money, when it comes down to it, you can invest that money. And the biggest thing of all, you will be at peace. And being at peace, I should turn my camera around, but just on my mirror bumper. But the biggest thing is, why not take that $1 trillion and invest it? And when you at peace, most of the time when you have money, you typically have more time for things that you really, need to be looking forward and doing. Like, one, the spiritual awareness. One of the guys that I've been looking at that's pretty big on that is what's my guy from Texas, Jay Prince. Jay Prince donates so much money to the church. Jay Prince, just does so much stuff within the community, and he's trying to get that inner peace, that light back. Because he done lived. He got the money. He done accomplish a lot of stuff. And, when it comes down to it, he want to, get himself right. And to have all the money, and keep chasing it, you put your money on autopilot. I know people that can just live off the interest because they putting their money on autopilot. That 10 minutes with Jesus, that's like that whole thing what I was looking at with what's the guy name? Charleston White. Charleston White did a video, and they asked him, did he want, I think it was like 10 minutes with Jay-Z. No, a dinner with Jay-Z for $500,000. Charleston said, man, give me that $500,000. Bump 10-minute dinner with Jay-Z. He ain't gonna do nothing but tell me how to make money. But telling me how to make money is nothing if I don't have it. You know, and that's where a lot of people fail at in life, trying to, you know, you know the things to do, but you don't have the money to make it happen. It's like literally, how many of us got a plan to work on things, get things accomplished and get things done? I didn't even see that. I'll probably put it back up. But when it comes down to it, like a lot of us have business ideas. I mean, even like what what's the guy, T-Pain. T-Pain said he was so broke at one point in his career, I mean his life, he pretty much had to borrow money, and the most money he had in the bank account at one time was like $40 million. You got a guy who had $40 million went all the way down to zero in the negative actually. And it was just bad business deals. He had the money, he didn't know what to do with it. You know? Same thing like Adrian Bronner. I just seen a story about him to where he never touched his money. So one time, he finally went into the bank, pulled some money out, and see how much money in his account. So he went through $1 million, and I think in like 2 weeks in Miami. And I'm like, dang, what type of friends you got that you, I mean, I understand 1 or 2 nights or a couple of, you know, even a week, but 2 weeks of just going hard blowing money, dang, that's rough. You know, and that, it shows a lot with your friends. It's like the second time I'm gonna have to start going to yeah, man, I mean, when it comes down to, I don't understand, man. You blowing that much money that quick. Like, who are you trying to impress? Even when I used to, you know, blow money and be having little stuff like that, my whole thing was, when I was shooting the money like that, it was on some fake it till you make it type stuff, to where it was a facade. You think I had money because of the way I moved, but I ain't have the money that you thought I had. And it's just crazy. A lot of people, they get into a mindset and they think, hey, that's how it's supposed to be. It's crazy. It's crazy fool put a Buzz Lightyear on the back of his trailer. It's funny. But yeah, man, it's like blowing through money crazy. I don't get it, man. But when you're young, I can understand, because you're not mature in your mindset. You know, that's why I was telling about them generational, like the shoes that I was gonna make out called generational wealth on one shoe and poverty mindset. Like, we know buying Jordans and stuff like that. People, they criticize Jordans, but you can make money on them Jordans later on in life. Especially if you keep them clean, don't really bust them up too much. You got the original 80, 89, 80, 89, whatever Jordans that came out. First pair of Jordans, actually. Man, things are going like crazy. I talked about this on my channel where the dude had sold his Jordan collection for like, it was like 200 and something thousand. I think he had like over like 1,500 pair of shoes, or like close to 800, whatever. All I know, he had a lot of shoes. And he sold them jokers for like 200 something thousand. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back in and try to find an article and see if I can do a video on it. Talk about how this guy sold his Jordan collection to buy a house. He was like, you know, he had his collection for some years, and he said he just more or less thought, you know, I'm older now, got to start being more mature. Took the collection and bought a house. But my thing, a lot of them Jordans I seen in that man, if he just held out and went to them sneaker con thing, man, I swear he would have had people running at him. You know, a lot of people, they be trying to get over wear the shoes. So the shoes he didn't wear, like, imagine how much money he was gonna get off those. You know? And it comes down to it. A lot of people gotta, you know, restructure their whole train of thought when it come down to, you know, buying shoes, because you make money on these shoes now. A lot of people, you know, they got on kids back in the day for buying shoes, like, you make money. Just like the gold. That's why I was telling about when I bought my wife this chain. She just, like, she was so in God that I got her this chain that she always wanted. Like, I got you this chain because of the price of gold and money. Like, if I could get you a bigger chain, I get you a bigger one too. Because when it comes down to a bigger chain, I get you a bigger one too. Because when it comes down to it, hey, that's, you literally walk around with money around your neck. At any point, I could drop that gold, melt it down, all, you know, whatever, and there you go. And a lot of people not even looking at that. Like, me just buying a gold necklace for my wife, I look at the value of that gold, and a gold necklace for my wife, I look at the value of that gold. Over time, hey, I cash that joker in, or just keep it to whenever. But I already know I got stuff like that necklace as an investment. A lot of tools that I have, investments. I can build stuff with them, I can sell them. ATV, same thing, investment. You know, even down to my pickup truck being an investment. Hell, I can always move stuff, go pick stuff up for people, you know, junk haul. And I'm getting into this other business where I'm looking into that's gonna make some money. And I'm like, man, I'm always on try to be on the edge of trying to make money and do things. Like, I be laughing because I'm like, a lot of people, when you see me on panels sometimes, yeah, I be over there, this panel and stuff. That's why I'm starting to jump back off of panels as much, because I'm like, it's gonna kind of interfere with my branding process for my channel. And then on top of that, I look at a lot of documentaries, man. I be watching the Vice, a lot of documentaries on there. I be looking at a lot of home improvement stuff because I want the value of my house to increase. You know, I'm looking at videos structured around finance because I want more money. You know, like I said, it's I can be entertained by these videos all the time, but excuse me, I can be entertained by the videos all the time, but man, when it really counts, like, dude, I'm out here trying to get me some money. Yeah, man. Hey, a lot of these panels, man, they just it's too much now. Then you got certain people come on the panels, they say what they want, they go crazy, and it just, people don't take them down. It's just for entertainment now, man. I'm like, goodness gracious. Then a lot of this beefing on the panels, and you know, it's like 1 minute we friends, the next minute we enemies, the next minute we friends, the next minute we enemies. I'm like, man, when does it end? Like, constantly arguing and fighting over nothing. Like, even when dudes wrong, Scarface mode, they still right. I'm like, man, I just don't get it, man. That's why I was like, I'm getting to the point where Art told me this a while back about going on panels. He said, man, it gets watered down to where the message that you want to put out there and the things that you're trying to help people with, it gets diluted because everybody else is on a different path. They don't want to, be on the same stuff you on and dealing with things and helping. Nah, man, they just want chaos and war. That's it. You know, it's like I always talk about the manosphere. For me being over there with those guys, I don't consider myself manosphere, but at the same time, I always say I get it. I'm a man. I move as a man. I identify as a man. So I understand the struggles that men go through. Now, do all men go through these same struggles? No. Not every man is the same. But the ones that do go through certain things, they just don't appreciate, the bad look or the stuff that comes out. And the ones that, definitely don't go through certain things, they definitely don't like the backlash that comes from other guys that are acting out. That's what I was telling this lady on the panel one time when she was talking about the passport thing. And I'm like, man, you talking about a new generation of passport guys. The old generation of guys don't be going through that. The old generation of passport guys, they moving. The new generation guys, these are the ones that, with the SBE stuff. The older guys, man, that been here before or been in the space or been moving like the way they do, they don't got a SBE. They just do what they do. If you with them, you with them. If you not, you not. Because at the end of the day, they whole thing is they moving for a better outcome. Even if they ain't going over there to marry the chick, hey, if they already over there, it ain't them running around like that. But hold on, let's see. Yeah, man. Shout out. I'm about to get ready to jump off of here. Kane the God is on, man, and I've been said I was gonna go over there a little earlier. So everybody that's in here, man, shout out to y'all that came through. Finna go over here to Kane the God. They over there talking about music, so rapping and stuff like that. So I'm about to go over there and check that out. And salute to everybody that come through. Go Dogs. We here and we gone.